Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us. Well, we've had a cold snap overnight, low snow in November across the South Island. Look at this photo sent in by Blair Drysdale, blocker from the deep south, showing all the snow that came through this morning. Now, luckily it wasn't actually too much for many of the farming areas. We're talking just a few centimetres, some got a little bit more than that, but generally speaking, it's hopefully not going to be too problematic for you. But the snowfall totals were quite high in some areas. Look at the latest snowfall numbers that come in from the weather company. It actually shows the biggest amounts on the Southern Alps. That makes sense, but we actually heard of reports of up to a metre of snow that fell from this big snow system that came in overnight, high up in those higher elevations. And this is what produced that snow, the -25 airflow that tracked over the South Island 5 kilometres above sea level. That's what helped produce that snow around the south, and the colder air doesn't really reach Auckland until Saturday. Now this photo was sent in by Andy Thompson on the west coast. He likes to mock a lot of Aucklanders whenever we're in the news for weather. So Andy, I hope you can rebuild after last night. Let's move on. What caused the weather last night? Well, it was this low here, tracking over the South Island. That's why it was windy in many areas, and the southerly behind it, that's what helped produce that snow. So what happens on Thursday? Well, it looks like this. It's actually a little bit warmer. This blue line here indicates where the cold air is. It's actually just south of Stewart Island, just for Thursday. So you've got a slightly warmer airflow, a bit of rain on the west coast, maybe a few areas of snow right on the very mountain tops, but not coming down into the farms, and it's dry across the North Island. To Friday, and things are looking a little more different now from both ends. So in the south, you've got that colder airflow coming back. It's a southerly with showers. It's not a big snow event like we've just had, but there will be some snow on the ranges again, and some colder southerlies will make their way up towards the lower North Island by the end of the day. And in the north, we're dealing with a subtropical low. Now, as I said the other day, the worst of the rain, it's usually out here in the southeastern quadrant. So this is tracking along like that towards about East Cape, and the worst of the weather, we think at this stage, will remain offshore. But it is so close. Look at that fine line, especially as we head into Saturday. Here's the low into the 990 hectopascal range. The heaviest rain, as I say, it's out here in the southeastern quadrant, but there's also a fair bit of rain in the southwestern quadrant. It's running parallel by the looks of it to this coastline up here. So at this stage, we're thinking Auckland, Waikato and Northland will be mainly dry. But there is a chance, if this just slides a little bit closer, that we could be looking at a wet day. So a fine line between rain and dry. But at this stage, and we've been saying this for the last few days really, this incoming high and the southeast wind flow usually means it'll be dry, but one to definitely keep an eye on. And I think the Sunday map also sums up the track of that low. Look at that, way out to the east by Sunday, and across the rest of the country, it's a cooler southerly with a few showers. How's that for a forecast? There's a lot going on. Typical spring weather. I'll update you again tomorrow with the latest on the subtropical low as we head towards the weekend.